Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about a unique kind of woman, a rare gem who stands apart from the crowd. She's not defined by her appearance, her wealth, or her social standing. No, her rarity lies in her character, her purpose, and her unwavering faith. She is a woman of distinction, strength, and vision. She understands her worth and moves with intentionality, inspiring those around her to rise higher. The rarest type of woman stands out because she has a profound understanding of her purpose. Her life is not shaped by external influences or fleeting trends, but by an inner conviction that drives her every decision. Purpose gives her clarity. It becomes the foundation upon which she builds her life. This woman doesn't wander aimlessly, hoping for success or fulfillment to stumble upon her. Instead, she moves with intentionality, knowing that she was created for a specific reason. She invests time in discovering the unique calling placed within her. This requires reflection, prayer, and a willingness to confront the deeper questions of life. She understands that purpose is not a destination, but a journey, one that unfolds as she aligns herself with her Creator's design. Her focus is not on what the world demands of her, but on what her destiny requires of her. This clarity shields her from distractions, ensuring she doesn't waste her energy on pursuits that don't align with her ultimate assignment. Because she knows her purpose, this woman has an unshakable confidence that is not dependent on circumstances or opinions. Whether she is celebrated or criticized, her identity remains secure. She is not easily swayed by external noise because her internal compass is fixed. Purpose gives her resilience in the face of challenges. While others may falter under pressure, she presses forward, knowing that the obstacles she encounters are not roadblocks but stepping stones to greater things. Her purpose also shapes her priorities. She doesn't spread herself thin trying to please everyone or achieve everything. Instead, she focuses on what truly matters, channeling her time, resources, and energy into pursuits that have lasting value. This discipline allows her to be productive without becoming overwhelmed, to be effective without being exhausted. She has learned that saying yes to her purpose often means saying no to distractions, no matter how appealing they might seem. A woman with purpose is a force to be reckoned with because her vision is clear. She doesn't wait for permission to pursue her calling. She steps boldly into her role, knowing that she has been equipped for the task. She takes responsibility for her growth, constantly seeking knowledge and wisdom to refine her skills and deepen her understanding. This is not ambition for the sake of recognition, but preparation for the work she is called to do. Her life becomes an example to others, a light that draws people to a higher standard. She inspires those around her not by what she says, but by how she lives. Her purpose is evident in her choices, her attitude and her unwavering commitment to making an impact. Such a woman is rare because she has discovered the power of living intentionally, and her legacy is one that will endure long after she's gone. The rarest type of woman understands the immense value of time. She knows that time is the most precious resource given to humanity, more valuable than money, possessions, or fleeting pleasures. This woman recognizes that time is irreplaceable. Once it is spent, it cannot be reclaimed. Because of this understanding, she is intentional about how she uses it, treating each moment as a gift with purpose attached. She does not allow her days to be consumed by activities that bring no meaning or growth. While others may waste time on trivial matters, she invests hers in pursuits that align with her vision. She understands the difference between being busy and being productive. Her schedule reflects her priorities, and her actions are deliberate. She sets boundaries to protect her time from unnecessary interruptions, distractions, or demands that do not serve her greater purpose. Her ability to value time comes from her awareness of its fleeting nature. She knows that life is not endless, and every moment counts toward building the legacy she wants to leave behind. This awareness pushes her to act with urgency and focus. Procrastination has no place in her life because she understands that delayed action can mean missed opportunities. She approaches her task with diligence and a sense of responsibility, making the most of every day. This woman is not swayed by the pressures of society to fill her time with meaningless activity just to appear successful. She refuses to measure her worth by the busyness of her calendar. Instead, she measures her time by its impact. She chooses quality over quantity in her relationships, her commitments, and her efforts. By doing so, she avoids burnout and ensures that her energy is directed toward what truly matters. Her ability to value time also means she has mastered the art of saying no. She does not feel obligated to accept every invitation or fulfill every request. She knows that saying yes to everything often leads to compromise and confusion. Instead, she carefully evaluates how each decision fits into her overall purpose. She is not afraid to decline opportunities if they do not align with her goals or if they threaten to consume the time she has reserved for higher priorities. Because she values time, she also values rest and reflection. She knows that constantly moving without pausing to think leads to exhaustion and loss of direction. Rest is not a luxury for her, it is a strategy. It allows her to recharge, refocus, and realign herself with her purpose. She uses moments of stillness to evaluate her progress and ensure that she remains on the right path. Her life is a testament to the power of living intentionally with time. Others may marvel at how much she accomplishes or how deeply she impacts those around her, but the secret lies in her discipline. She does not let time slip through her fingers. She seizes each moment knowing it is an opportunity to grow, create, and fulfill her calling. This woman's ability to value and steward time makes her truly rare, for she has unlocked the key to living a life of purpose and significance. The rarest type of woman guards her heart with unwavering diligence, understanding its immense value and significance. She knows that her heart is not just the seat of her emotions, but the wellspring of her entire life. Every thought, decision, and action flows from this sacred place, and because of this, she does not leave it unprotected. She is intentional about what she allows to influence her heart, knowing that what enters it has the power to shape her destiny. This woman understands that guarding her heart requires discernment. Not everything that appears good is beneficial, and not everyone who approaches her has pure intentions. She evaluates every relationship, conversation, and experience to determine whether it aligns with her values and purpose. She is not swayed by flattery or appearances, but looks deeper to discern truth from deception. Her wisdom guides her in choosing what to embrace and what to reject, ensuring that her heart remains pure and focused. She is cautious with her emotions, knowing they can be powerful but also fragile. While she acknowledges her feelings, she does not allow them to control her. Instead, she channels them wisely, ensuring they serve her purpose rather than derail it. This balance allows her to be both compassionate and strong, tender yet unyielding when it comes to her convictions. Her ability to guard her heart also extends to her thoughts. She knows that the mind and heart are closely connected, and what she dwells on will ultimately influence her emotions and actions. She is deliberate about feeding her mind with uplifting, empowering, and truthful messages. Negative influences, whether through media, toxic relationships, or harmful self-talk, find no place in her life. She takes responsibility for what she consumes, understanding that her inner world shapes her outer reality. This woman is careful about the relationships she nurtures. She knows that those closest to her have the greatest access to her heart, and she does not take this lightly. She surrounds herself with people who encourage her, challenge her to grow, and hold her accountable to her values. She avoids those who bring drama, negativity, or distraction, recognizing that such influences can corrupt even the strongest heart. Guarding her heart does not mean she is closed off or unapproachable. On the contrary, she is open to love, connection, and meaningful relationships, but she approaches them with wisdom and boundaries. She gives freely but not recklessly, ensuring that her kindness and generosity do not lead to exploitation. Her guarded heart allows her to love deeply while still protecting her peace. This woman also understands the importance of forgiveness in guarding her heart. She does not allow bitterness or resentment to take root, knowing that such emotions can poison her spirit. She forgives not to excuse others' actions, but to free herself from the weight of anger and pain. This act of releasing hurt keeps her heart light and her spirit free. Ultimately, she guards her heart because she knows its worth. She recognizes that a healthy, whole, and pure heart is the foundation for a life of purpose and impact. She treasures this inner sanctuary, treating it as a sacred place where her dreams, values, and faith are nurtured. By guarding her heart, she ensures that it remains a source of strength, wisdom, and love, a reflection of the rare and extraordinary woman she truly is. The rarest type of woman lives her life guided by wisdom. She understands that wisdom is not merely intelligence or knowledge, but the ability to apply truth and understanding to everyday decisions. It is a skill that requires discipline, humility, and a willingness to learn from every experience. Wisdom is her compass, enabling her to navigate life's complexities with grace and precision. This woman seeks wisdom above all else, recognizing it as a treasure more valuable than material wealth. She understands that money can buy possessions, but wisdom builds legacies. While others chase after fleeting success, she invests in cultivating discernment, for she knows that wise decisions produce lasting results. She reads, listens, and reflects, always eager to grow her understanding of the world and her role within it. She surrounds herself with wise counsel, people who challenge her thinking and help her see life from multiple perspectives. She understands that wisdom is not always loud or glamorous. Often it comes in the form of quiet reflection and deliberate choices. She does not rush into decisions, nor does she allow emotions to cloud her judgment. Instead, she takes the time to analyze situations carefully, considering both short-term effects and long-term consequences. Her ability to pause and think critically sets her apart, allowing her to avoid mistakes that many make in haste. This woman knows that true wisdom begins with humility. She is not arrogant or overly confident in her own abilities, but she remains teachable, willing to admit when she is wrong or when she does not have all the answers. Her humility allows her to learn from others, including those who may have less experience or status. She understands that wisdom is not a destination, but a journey, one that requires continual growth and openness to new insights. Her wisdom is also evident in how she handles relationships. She discerns the difference between those who add value to her life and those who drain her energy. She knows when to hold on and when to let go, making decisions that preserve her peace and protect her purpose. She is not easily manipulated or swayed by flattery because her wisdom gives her clarity to see beyond surface appearances. This discernment allows her to build meaningful connections while avoiding toxic entanglements. This woman's wisdom extends to her communication. She chooses her words carefully, understanding their power to build or destroy. She listens more than she speaks, allowing her responses to be thoughtful and impactful. She avoids gossip and negativity, knowing that her words reflect her character. When she speaks, people listen because her words carry the weight of insight and understanding. Her life is a testimony to the power of living wisely. She is prepared for challenges because she anticipates them and plans accordingly. She does not fear failure, for she sees it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Even in adversity, her wisdom enables her to remain calm and focused, turning obstacles into stepping stones. This resilience inspires others, showing them that wisdom is not just an abstract concept, but a practical tool for navigating life's trials. Ultimately, her wisdom shines through in her ability to make decisions that honor her values and align with her purpose. She is not driven by emotions, peer pressure, or temporary gains, but by the timeless principles that guide her path. This rare quality makes her a beacon of strength and stability in a world often driven by impulsivity and chaos. Through her commitment to seeking and applying wisdom, she becomes a woman of influence, one whose impact will be felt for generations to come. The rarest type of woman understands the delicate balance between independence and connection. She knows her worth and stands firmly on her own, yet she also recognizes the value of meaningful relationships. Her independence is not born out of pride or rebellion, but out of a deep sense of identity and purpose. She does not rely on others to define her or validate her existence. Instead, she has cultivated a strong foundation within herself, rooted in self-awareness, discipline, and faith. This woman does not wait for someone to rescue her or make her whole. She takes responsibility for her own growth and happiness. She has learned the importance of self-reliance, knowing that her strength must come from within. She builds her skills, manages her resources, and makes decisions that empower her to stand confidently even in the face of challenges. She is not intimidated by difficulties because she knows she is equipped to handle them. Her independence is a source of her resilience, allowing her to move through life with courage and determination. Yet this independence does not make her isolated or disconnected from others. She understands that life is enriched through relationships, and she values the power of community and partnership. While she does not depend on others for her identity, she recognizes the beauty of sharing her journey with those who uplift and inspire her. She chooses her connections wisely, surrounding herself with people who respect her individuality and contribute positively to her life. These relationships are not built on neediness, but on mutual respect and shared purpose. She is not afraid to stand alone when necessary. If her values or vision are at stake, she will not compromise to fit in or gain approval. Her independence gives her the courage to walk a path that may be less traveled, knowing that her worth is not diminished by standing apart. At the same time, she is humble enough to seek help or advice when needed. She understands that independence does not mean isolation, but rather the wisdom to know when to lean on others and when to stand firm on her own. Her independence allows her to bring her best self to her relationships. She does not enter partnerships out of desperation or fear of being alone. Instead, she offers her strength, vision, and love freely, enhancing the connection rather than burdening it. She does not seek to control or dominate others, but to collaborate and grow together. Her independence enables her to give without losing herself, to love without compromising her values, and to contribute without expecting something in return. This woman also knows that true independence comes with responsibility. She takes ownership of her actions, her decisions, and their outcomes. She does not blame others for her failures or expect them to solve her problems. Instead, she learns from her mistakes and uses them as stepping stones to greater wisdom and success. Her accountability inspires trust and admiration, making her a source of strength for those around her. Her ability to balance independence with connection makes her truly rare. She embodies the harmony between standing strong on her own and walking hand in hand with others. This balance allows her to live a life of freedom and fulfillment while also building deep and meaningful relationships. Her independence is not a barrier but a bridge, enabling her to connect with others from a place of strength and authenticity. She is a reminder that true independence is not about being alone, but about knowing who you are, standing firm in that knowledge and sharing it boldly with the world. The rarest type of woman is deeply rooted in her faith, which serves as the foundation of her life. Her faith is not a mere belief system, but a living, breathing relationship with her Creator. It shapes her perspective, informs her decisions, and fuels her confidence. This woman understands that faith is not passive, it is active, requiring her to trust even when the path is unclear and to act boldly when circumstances seem uncertain. Her faith is her anchor, keeping her grounded in the storms of life and steady in times of change. Her faith is the source of her inner peace. While the world around her may be filled with chaos, she remains calm because she knows that her steps are ordered. She does not panic in the face of challenges because she trusts in a higher plan that is working for her good. Her peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of assurance that she is never alone. This confidence allows her to move forward with grace, even when others are paralyzed by fear or doubt. This woman's faith also gives her a sense of purpose. She does not drift through life aimlessly because she knows she was created with intention. Her faith reveals her calling, guiding her toward her unique destiny. She seeks wisdom and clarity in her spiritual practices, aligning her goals with the principles of her faith. She understands that her life is not her own. She is a steward of the gifts and opportunities entrusted to her. This understanding drives her to live with integrity, purpose, and a sense of responsibility. Her faith makes her resilient. She understands that life's trials are not meant to destroy her, but to strengthen her. She views challenges as opportunities for growth, trusting that every obstacle she faces is shaping her into the person she is meant to be. Her resilience is not born of sheer willpower, but of a deep reliance on her spiritual foundation. She prays, meditates, and reflects, drawing strength from within to face whatever comes her way. This woman's faith also influences how she interacts with others. She extends grace, kindness, and forgiveness because she understands the power of love and compassion. Her faith teaches her to see the best in people, even when it is not immediately visible. She chooses to be a source of light and hope, offering encouragement and support to those around her. Her faith makes her a vessel of peace in a world that often thrives on division and conflict. Her faith gives her vision beyond the immediate. She is not consumed by temporary gains or losses because she sees the bigger picture. She understands that her actions today have eternal significance, and she lives with an eternal perspective. This vision allows her to remain focused and determined even when others become distracted by the pressures of the moment. Her faith also teaches her the power of surrender. She does not waste energy trying to control everything in her life. Instead, she submits her plans and desires to a higher will, trusting that what is meant for her will come in due time. This surrender is not weakness but strength, as it frees her from unnecessary worry and allows her to focus on what truly matters. Ultimately, her faith sets her apart because it is evident in every aspect of her life. It is not something she wears on the surface, but a deep wellspring that flows into her actions, words, and relationships. Her faith makes her unshakable, giving her a strength and serenity that cannot be explained by worldly standards. She is rare because her life is a testament to the power of living in alignment with her spiritual convictions, and through her faith, she inspires others to seek something greater for themselves. The rarest type of woman is one who has mastered the power of self-discipline. She understands that discipline is the bridge between her goals and her achievements, between her potential and her reality. Her life is not governed by fleeting emotions or temporary desires, but by a steady commitment to the principles and values she holds dear. She recognizes that discipline is not restrictive, it is liberating, enabling her to live with purpose and intention rather than being swayed by every distraction or temptation. This woman begins each day with a sense of focus. She sets her priorities with clarity, understanding that every choice she makes shapes the direction of her life. She is not careless with her time, energy, or resources. She plans diligently and executes with precision, knowing that success is not accidental but the result of consistent effort. Her discipline allows her to say no to what does not serve her purpose, even when it is difficult, because she knows that short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. She understands that self-discipline is built in the small daily decisions. It is not about grand gestures, but about being faithful in the little things. She maintains routines and habits that nurture her mind, body, and spirit. Whether it is through exercise, study, prayer, or personal reflection, she invests in herself consistently. She knows that these practices build resilience and strength, preparing her for the greater challenges and opportunities that life will bring. Her discipline extends to her emotions. She does not allow anger, fear, or frustration to control her actions. While she acknowledges her feelings and learns from them, she does not let them dictate her decisions. Instead, she chooses to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This emotional discipline makes her steady and dependable, a source of strength for herself and others. People look to her for guidance because they see her ability to remain calm and composed even in the face of adversity. This woman also exercises discipline in her relationships. She understands the importance of healthy boundaries and does not compromise her values for the sake of approval or acceptance. She chooses her companions wisely, surrounding herself with people who encourage her growth and challenge her to be better. She avoids gossip, negativity, and drama, knowing that these are distractions from her purpose. Her disciplined approach to relationships ensures that they are meaningful and aligned with her goals. Her discipline is evident in how she pursues her dreams. She is not content with mediocrity or excuses. She puts in the work day after day, even when it is hard or inconvenient. She is not swayed by the opinions of others or the allure of shortcuts. Instead, she remains focused on her path, trusting that her perseverance will lead to success. Her work ethic inspires those around her, demonstrating that discipline is not a burden, but a gift that unlocks potential. Her disciplined mindset also teaches her patience. She understands that meaningful success takes time and effort. She does not demand instant results or give up when progress seems slow. Instead, she trusts the process, knowing that every step forward is bringing her closer to her goal. Her patience is a testament to her confidence in her abilities and her faith in the outcomes of her efforts. Ultimately, this woman's self-discipline is what makes her rare. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification and convenience, she chooses the harder but more rewarding path. Her disciplined life is a reflection of her strength, wisdom, and vision. She shows that discipline is not about perfection but about persistence, about showing up every day and giving her best no matter the circumstances. Through her example, she inspires others to embrace discipline as a pathway to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and lasting impact. The rarest type of woman possesses an unshakable confidence that is not rooted in external validation, but in an intrinsic understanding of her identity and purpose. Her confidence is quiet yet powerful, not demanding attention, but commanding respect. She walks into every room with a presence that speaks of self-assurance, not arrogance. This confidence is not boastful or loud. It is a deep-seated belief in her abilities, her worth, and the vision for her life. She knows who she is, and because of that, she is not easily swayed by the opinions of others. She does not need to conform to societal standards or trends to feel valued or accepted. Her confidence frees her from the need for constant approval because she understands that her value is not dependent on anyone else's perspective. She has taken the time to discover her unique strengths and gifts, and this knowledge fuels her self-belief. She knows she is enough, as she operates from that foundation with boldness and clarity. Her confidence enables her to take risks and step into new opportunities without fear of failure. She understands that mistakes are not a reflection of her worth, but an essential part of growth. She does not shrink back in the face of challenges. Instead, she embraces them, knowing that each obstacle is a chance to learn and become stronger. Her confidence does not mean she is fearless. It means she chooses to move forward despite her fears, trusting in her ability to adapt and overcome. This woman's confidence also allows her to uplift others without feeling threatened. She is not intimidated by the success or talents of those around her because she knows that their shine does not diminish her own. Her self-assurance makes her generous with encouragement and support, creating an environment where others feel empowered to be their best selves. Her confidence is magnetic, drawing people to her because they recognize her strength and authenticity. She sets boundaries with clarity and conviction, understanding that confidence also means knowing when to say no. She does not allow others to take advantage of her kindness or time. Her confidence gives her the courage to protect her peace and prioritize what truly matters. She does not feel guilty for standing firm in her values because she knows that doing so ensures she remains aligned with her purpose. Her confidence is evident in her communication. She speaks with authority and grace, choosing her words carefully but delivering them with conviction. She does not feel the need to prove herself or dominate conversations. Instead, she listens attentively, speaks when necessary, and leaves an impact with her wisdom. People respect her because her confidence is not about overpowering others, but about standing firmly in her truth. This woman's confidence is also deeply rooted in her faith. She draws strength from her spiritual foundation, knowing that she is supported by a higher power. This trust allows her to walk through life with assurance, even when the path ahead is unclear. Her confidence is not shaken by temporary setbacks because she knows her journey is part of a greater plan. Her faith fuels her belief that she is capable, deserving, and equipped to fulfill her destiny. Ultimately, her confidence is what sets her apart in a world often filled with doubt and insecurity. It is not based on external accomplishments or appearances, but on an internal understanding of her value and purpose. Her confidence inspires others to believe in themselves and to pursue their goals with determination and courage. Through her example, she demonstrates that true confidence is not about perfection, but about embracing who you are and stepping boldly into the life you were created to live. The rarest type of woman is a woman who values inner peace above all else. She understands that true peace is not the absence of conflict or difficulty, but the presence of harmony within herself, regardless of the circumstances surrounding her. This peace is not something she seeks from external sources. It is something she cultivates and nurtures from within. She has learned that no matter what storms may rage outside, she has the power to maintain calm and stability in her heart. This ability to find peace in the midst of chaos is one of the most powerful and rare qualities she possesses. She guards her peace fiercely because she understands its importance. She does not allow negativity, gossip, or drama to disrupt the harmony she has worked so hard to establish. When faced with conflict, she does not react impulsively or in anger. Instead, she takes a moment to breathe, reflect, and choose her response. Her peace is not fragile, it is resilient. She does not let the words or actions of others define her emotional state. She chooses to remain grounded in her truth, unaffected by the external noise that so often seeks to distract or disturb. This woman has learned the value of letting go. She does not hold on to grudges, anger, or past hurts because she understands that carrying these emotions only weighs her down and robs her of her peace. Forgiveness is a vital part of her journey, and she has mastered the art of releasing what no longer serves her. She forgives not for the sake of others, but for her own well-being, knowing that letting go is an act of self-care. Her ability to forgive frees her from the chains of resentment, allowing her to live fully in the present, unburdened by the past. She also knows that inner peace is closely tied to boundaries. She does not allow others to drain her emotionally, physically, or spiritually. She is clear about what she will and will not tolerate in her life, and she communicates these boundaries with clarity and respect. She does not feel guilty for protecting her peace. She understands that by setting healthy boundaries, she is honoring herself and preserving her energy for the things that truly matter. Whether in relationships, work, or personal commitments, she values her peace enough to say no when necessary. Her peace is rooted in her ability to trust herself in the process of life. She knows that while she cannot control everything that happens around her, she can control how she responds. Her faith in herself and in the greater plan for her life allows her to trust that everything will unfold as it is meant to. She understands that life is not always smooth or predictable, but that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and refinement. Even in difficult times, she holds on to the belief that peace can still exist, even in the midst of struggle. This woman's peace is contagious. When others are around her, they feel the calm and stability that she exudes. She has the ability to create an environment of tranquility where people feel safe, valued, and supported. Her peace draws others in, providing them with the assurance that everything will be okay. She is a pillar of stability, not because she has all the answers, but because she knows how to remain steady no matter the external circumstances. Her ability to remain at peace with herself also means that she is not constantly seeking validation from others. She does not depend on others' opinions or approval to feel worthy. She is secure in her own identity and trusts that her worth is intrinsic, not dependent on external praise or recognition. Her peace comes from knowing that she is enough just as she is, and that no one can take that from her. Ultimately, her inner peace gives her the freedom to live authentically. She is not trying to be someone she is not, nor is she pretending to be perfect. She accepts herself fully, flaws and all, and embraces each part of her journey with grace. Her peace is a reflection of her deep understanding that she does not need to be anything other than herself. In a world that often seeks to pull people in different directions, this rare woman stands firm in her sense of self, rooted in the quiet confidence that true peace comes from within, and that no external circumstance can take that from her. The rarest type of woman is one who is not defined by her past. She understands that the story of her life is written by the decisions she makes today, not by the mistakes or circumstances of yesterday. Her past may have shaped her, but it does not control her. She has learned to see her history not as a set of chains that bind her, but as a collection of lessons that have forged her strength. Every trial, every setback, every failure, and even every victory has contributed to her development, but she refuses to allow her past to be her identity. She is not trapped in regret. This woman does not waste energy lamenting over what she could have done differently or what she should have avoided. She acknowledges her past, learns from it, and moves forward with purpose. She has come to understand that regret is a form of self-imprisonment, and she will not allow herself to be locked in a cell of her own making. Instead, she embraces the wisdom that comes with experience, using it to guide her as she walks into the future with confidence and clarity. This woman understands the power of forgiveness not only for others but for herself. She does not hold herself captive to her own mistakes or shortcomings. She has made peace with the parts of her past that once caused her shame or guilt. In forgiving herself, she frees herself from the burden of self-judgment, and this liberation allows her to move forward with a sense of lightness and grace. She does not define her future by her past failures, but by her potential in the woman she is becoming. She knows that her past does not dictate her value. The rarest woman understands that who she is now is not determined by the mistakes she made, the relationships that failed, or the obstacles she faced. She does not measure her worth by the standards of others or by the failures of her past. Her value comes from within, from her unique gifts, her character, and her potential to contribute to the world. This inner understanding of her worth gives her the courage to take bold steps, knowing that no past failure can diminish her ability to succeed in the future. This woman is not defined by what others have done to her. While the pain caused by others may have left scars, she does not allow those experiences to define her. She has mastered the art of detaching her identity from the actions and words of others. She knows that how others treat her is a reflection of them, not of her. She takes responsibility for her own emotional state and does not let external circumstances or the opinions of others dictate her peace or happiness. Her self-worth is anchored in who she is, not in how others have treated her. She also understands that growth is a continual process and her past is simply a chapter in a much larger story. The rarest woman does not see herself as the sum of her past experiences, but as a work in progress. She is constantly evolving, learning, and expanding. She knows that she has the power to change and grow at any moment, and that her future is not bound by the limitations of her history. Her life is a journey of transformation, and each day is an opportunity to write a new chapter. Her focus is on what lies ahead, not behind. She does not waste time looking back with longing or regret. She uses her past to inform her present decisions, but she keeps her eyes fixed on the future. She understands that true freedom comes when she releases the need to constantly revisit old wounds or replay old stories. She is intentional about living in the present, while still moving toward her vision for the future. The rarest woman knows that the most powerful thing she can do is to focus on the direction she is heading, not the direction she's come from. She recognizes that her past is not a cage, but a foundation. Every difficulty she has faced has prepared her for the woman she's becoming, and it has equipped her with resilience and wisdom. She knows that like a tree, she must put down deep roots in order to grow tall. Her past experiences are the roots that anchor her, giving her strength, perspective, and a deeper understanding of herself. They are not weights that hold her down, but the solid ground that enables her to rise higher. Ultimately, the rarest type of woman is one who has learned to master the art of moving forward. She does not let the shadows of yesterday cloud her vision for tomorrow. She has learned the invaluable lesson that her past does not define her potential. She chooses to focus on the present moment, where her power lies, and on the future, where her dreams and possibilities await. Through this, she inspires others to do the same, to let go of the past, embrace the lessons, and walk boldly into the future with a heart full of hope and a spirit ready to create a new story. The rarest type of woman is not defined by worldly measures, but by the depth of her character and her commitment to living a life of meaning and purpose. She is a reminder that true beauty lies within, and her legacy is one of impact, inspiration, and unwavering faith. Be that woman. Or if you're blessed to know her, honor her for the treasure she truly is.